Welcome everybody to our BMW E91. Okay, this is our BMW E91 Touring 320D Msport. So it's a 2 litre turbo diesel motor. We've owned this for probably 5 years and we've not modified or anything like that to it, but there are a couple of issues that I'm probably going to need your help with. So pop a comment down below if you have an idea of what these issues are. Let's go have a look and I'll try and explain it. Okie dokie, issue number one. We've got a headlamp, we haven't got a headlamp. This one has been a problem for as long as I can remember. If I take the bulb out and I put the bulb back in, it works. If I start the car after I've swapped it, it will go out. Anyone got any ideas why this is causing a problem? Both bulbs have been replaced in the past, twice now I think. But this one always causes an issue. So for every MOT that fails, they unplug it, plug it back in, it passes the MOT, we pick up the car, bulb's out. We get a notification on the dash as well that tells us the bulb's out. This has always been a problem. If there's anybody out there who knows about E91s or E90s that have this lamp problem, this is the pre-LCI, so this is the one that's just a normal bulb. It's not xenons or LED bulbs or anything like that. It's just your standard headlamps. If anybody can help me with that, that'd be great. Issue number two. This engine, I love this engine. One problem. Every so often, it will cut out. Now there's plenty of information on the net regarding this engine on the E90 and E91s that just cut out. You drive along, pop your clutch in, and then the car will stall. Or if you're driving along, you try and put your foot down after being in slow traffic, the car will just cut out, and then you've got to put your clutch in, restart the car. So this is a known problem. By all accounts, it might be something to do with a module that lives down here. I'm not 100% sure. Somebody also said as well that there's a short on the injector wiring that's causing the problem, so I'm going to have a look at that, whip off this cover, check the injector wiring and see if there's any damage fraying or anything like that. So if anyone has any idea on the two issues I've just spoke about there, with the headlamp and the engine cutting out while you're driving, it can happen multiple times. I've had it about 5 or 6 times, one after the other. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. But if anyone knows about the E91 engine cutting out, pop a comment below, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, the rear hatch. This glass lifts up. If you don't know, on the E91s, there's a button here. You can press the button under here, the micro switch, and it will pop this. So you can just lift this instead of the whole tailgate. This doesn't work. Need to have a look at that, see if we can fix it. So those are the issues we've got with this. There's only 3 main ones really. The boot hatch not working, this headlamp that's forever out, even if you replace the bulb, even if you just unplug the bulb that's in it and plug it back in, it pops again, and also this cutting out. So if anyone's got any thoughts, pop us a comment down below, give me some ideas to go at. What I'm going to do first though is just check out the injector wiring on this, see if we can resolve that. So it's out with the 2 Allen bolts that secure the top cover on. Slide it out of the way. Next up is removing the cabin filter housing and the cabin filter itself from the back. Then it's onto the fuse box covers. Remove those. Pull away the wiring harness that runs across the top of the engine. Then you're on to removing the metal tray that lives across the top of the back of the engine cover. Once out of the way, we can then get in and remove those strut bars that run from the strut tower to the middle back of the bulkhead. This then gives you access to the back engine cover, which again is 2 5mm Allen bolts. Once they're out, you get access to the rear of the engine. Okay, so that's as much as I need stripped down right now. We can get to that injector wiring loom and see if there's any breaks or shorting in that could potentially be causing the engine cutting out. Let's take a look. So we can see the looms going in, connecting to each injector. Now if there's damage on these and it's shorting out, that could be our problem. So we'll get inspecting, and if I find anything I'll let you know. So first off, hit it with a brush to clean up any dust and dirt deposits that are hanging around the wiring. I'm then checking all the wiring front to back there to make sure that I've got no splits, breaks or anything that's shorting out, and it all looks good. So from a visual inspection there on this wiring loom for the injectors, it all looks intact, it all looks fresh as the day it went in, so I can probably eliminate the cutting out being an issue with the injector wiring there. So as I said, if you've got any thoughts, pop a link in the description. I know it's not an uncommon issue, and I've looked on Facebook and other social media. Checking out the injector loom was one of the suggestions, but yeah, any thoughts, let us know. Okay, bonnet's up. Let's get these wings off blue. We're going to do some preventative maintenance. We're going to take the wings off, clean out all the crap behind them, give them a bit of protection, and then hopefully they'll last another 20 odd years. You get so much dirt and rubbish behind your wings. It's really quite an easy job to do, and it will prolong the life of your inner wings on your T4. So let's jump to it. So first off, remove the screws that secure the edge of the bumper. Next up, you can remove your screws for your number plate, and also remove the 5 screws that secure the grille and the panel to the front. Then it's onto the bumper, which is 2 13mm bolts that are hidden there behind the number plate. Next up, you can work on your headlamps. There's 4 bolts in each side. Then it's onto the bumper support brackets. There might be different types of fixings for these, so check them out and get them out as best you can. Then it's 3 more bolts on top of the wing, plus the 2 bolts that are hidden at the back of the wing behind the door. You can then lift away your wing and reveal your mess. Well, that was a fail, I wasn't recording. This is all what's come out the bottom of the arch. This inside here was just full with this. When we take off the other side, I'll show you how stacked up it is. You know, there is just mountains of it. Dirt, grime, mud. The thing is, this will just end up rotting out your inner arch. And you want to repair this, that's a lot of dollar. So we can get all this cleaned up now. I'm going to re-protect it with some stone chip bits and pieces. Just make sure that that lasts that little bit longer. And maybe every 5 years, I know 5 years sounds a long time, maybe every 3, whip your wings off. Only going to take you a morning. Whip your wings off, clean them out, back on, good to go again. So then it's on to clean up. I use a brush here to remove any of the loose dirt deposits. Then it's out with a hoover. As you can see with the wing removed, you have a massive line there of dirt, grime, leaves, all deposits and debris. So I've also used a hose to blow out and get rid of all that deposit, and I've also gone in with a hoover afterwards with a blower on it to be able to blow out any excess water. So now it's on to using a wire brush to clean up the rust and actually get it ready for some protection. Okay, that's a bit of a clean up done. What we're going to do now is have a look at the product we're going to use, Bilt Hamber Hydrate 80. So this product is a rust killer barrier system, it says. I've used it a fair bit and it is, for me, one of the best products that you can use to treat rusted areas and get them back to some sort of usable metal. Ideally, of course, you do want to cut out all the rust and renew with good new metal. But this stuff, this will get me on the way. The van's going to go back together because I still need to use the van, and at some point we will have these wings off again and do some full rust repairs on it. So Hydrate 80, Bilt Hamber. Excellent product, well worth a check. So it's out with the brush and the Bilt Hamber Hydrate 80. Get it into all the crevices, nooks and crannies you can. Every little bit to try and help protect and reform some of that rust. As you can see there, the inner wing on this offside is corroded really bad. That will be replaced at some point. Then it's the same process repeated on the wings. Get the Hydrate 80 in there. Nice, Bilt Hamber applied. We'll let that go off. You know when it's gone off, because this will all this blue would have turned black. As we can see, it's already taken here quite strongly. Good signs. Okay, back to it. This is the next day now. That rust treatment, the Bilt Hamber Hydrate 80, is now cured. Let's take a look. So as you can see, it's blackened all the rust. So what we can do now is get some protection on that. So next up is the primer and stone chip being applied to the wings and also the inner wings. Allow that to dry, put your van back together, call it a good job done. Okay, new day. Blue's been spun round in the workshop. What we're going to do is have a look at this rust issue that's down the bottom here. Let's go have a closer look. Okay, so the outer seal on the step here has got some pretty scabby corrosion going on. There's quite a bit here and a big chunk here. I mean, there's a lot to address. We can see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tackle this now with a paint and rust remover, see if we can clean it all out and see if what we've actually got underneath this, because if I can get away with just protecting it a bit for that little bit longer, that'll work. Okay, safe to say that's had it. Absolutely had it. So what I'll be doing is going on to Steel Wizard Fabrication, Grant Hanna. Anyone in the T4 game knows who he is. He makes replacement panels for T4s. I'll leave a link in the description below to him. What I will do is I'll get an outer seal and I'll also get an inner one just in case. Although to be fair, down in here doesn't look terrible. So yeah, that's absolutely gone. So new panels to be ordered. Inner and outer seals ordered from Steel Wizard Fabrications. As I said, I'll leave a link in the description below for them. They do all sorts of repair panels for your T4s, well worth a look. All I want to talk about now is the paint. So as you can see, this is an Indian blue T4 and the paint is absolutely dead. There's virtually nothing left in this at all. And if you have a little look, we've got stone chip heaven, little rust bits here and there, you know, even as far as up on the A pillar here we've got some rust patches. You know, the windscreen's got to come out. If I sat inside the van I can see daylight through this, so that's a bit suspect. The bumpers will get sorted, but yeah, so this is my work van. My idea, let us know in the comments below what you think. My idea is to hit this with a DA. Bring out some of that primer, bring out some of those edges, bring out the dips from little dents and knocks. Like I've got a dent here. If I just run across that with a DA, it will leave the blue paint and bring that out. So yeah, I can hit the whole thing with the DA, get that primer out, even add some bits and pieces into it, because my business colours are silver and gold as such, you know, my logo. So really I could get some silver and gold and spray it on and then sand it back and leave some in it and that sort of thing. Actually just make it my own, you know. Personally for me, the paint's too far gone, it does need a respray. Rather than a respray, and to go something a little different, hit this with a DA, bring in some silver and gold colour to go along with the new sign writing that will go down the side of the van, and then take it to my friend's body shop and just get him to lacquer it, the whole lot, so it'll all stay there. Let us know what you think. I'm thinking that's my plan for this one. Place time's run out, unfortunately. Back to work. Got a lovely T6 here that we're going to do some insulation, carpet lining, sound deadening bits and pieces on. Thanks so much for watching. Do hit a thumbs up on the video. Do subscribe down below. Hit that bell notification as well. That'll let you know when I next upload. We're going to have the T4 in next. That's going to be having a replacement front wing because it's too far gone. And we're also hopefully going to have a look at that inner and outer seal. We're also going to get the BMW back in, and hopefully some of the suggestions that you put down below for what those problems are with it, we can address. So once again, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.